In this tutorial, you'll discover my two favourite ways to create a dark grey background. Of all the background colours, this dark grey background is one of my all-time favourites. I love it because it always looks expensive. It's the perfect colour for removing the background when you're doing composites or you want to add textures. It looks great on all skin tones and it's a classic, so it's always going to look cool. So this particular lighting style is a minimum 5 light setup. So this is the lighting style that I use on the majority of my TV and film promo, publicity and advertising shoots. And the reason I like to light the background is you can adjust the color of the roll paper, so I can control the actual tone that I want. It also eliminates any lumps or bumps in the roll paper, so it gives you a much higher production value. So basically, the way I do this is, all right, so I start with my grey background paper. Then I bring in my octa. So in this instance, I'm shooting people in groups of twos and singles and full length. So I'm using my larger octa at f11. Then I'm adding, you can either do 2 umbrellas flat on to the background, or in this instance, I've bounced my light back into a white reflector. But all the settings are the same because I want to keep my background color the same. So I'm not lightening or darkening. And then I bring in my large soft boxes and they're set at a stop under my octabox, and they're basically just fill for the full length shot. So I'm just using those to add some fill light because the octabox alone is only going to light the face and maybe mid chest. So the second style of lighting that I use to create a grey background is to use white roll paper or a white cyc, or even a white wall will work. Now, the reason I developed this style of lighting is because when I shoot promo for TV or film, I often need to shoot on multiple different coloured backgrounds. So taking the extra 30 minutes to swap out from a white background to a grey background might add all that extra time is going to cost the production possibly thousands of dollars because they've got to pay for all the talent that are standing around. So I developed this style of lighting because it was a faster way to switch out. So this can be done with only a couple of lights, and basically what I've done in this instance is I've used my octabox as the main light, my 2 soft boxes as fill, and there's no lighting on the background. So this is taking advantage of the inverse square law, where you can see on the screen now where the light source is brightest is closest to the light source, but as the light gets away, it gets darker and darker. So basically, if you want to create a dark background on a white wall or a white cyc or a white roll paper, all you need to do is have your background as far away as possible from your light source, and you can manipulate the color of the gray you get just by manipulating the base settings that you have. Okay, so to create a grey background using white roll paper, I start with my white roll paper. Then I'm bringing in my octa at f11, making sure it's a minimum of 6 feet away from my background. The softboxes are 2 stops under my main light, and they're basically just adding fill, just lifting the lighting on the body by just a little dook, and I'll show you how I did this now. Okay, so the idea behind this image on the right was to create a retro looking image. So you can see on the left, there's my set. You can see my octabox is set up, and I've also got a desk lamp. Now the octabox is set up in such a way that I want it to look like it's the actual desk lamp that's lighting Andy's face. Okay, so you can see white roll paper in the background. The set is quite away from the background, so we get that fall off like I showed you. And you can see that I've got my soft boxes backed up quite a bit. So it's just a little bit of fill that I'm adding with those soft boxes. So on the left, you can see here's a test shot that we did. So this is just with the Octa. Once the talent steps on, I take another test shot. And now you can see that this is without fill. And then on the left, you can see what a difference those two soft boxes make to that image. So it's just lifting a little bit, but you've still got that lovely grey background.